G'day, Doggies fans, all things Bulldogs. How's it going, everyone? I'm here with Mr. O'Connell. He's my chauffeur. We're going all the way out to Redcliffe, to Kayo Stadium. Literally scored the last 2 tickets to this. It was sellout weeks ago, which is awesome. And we're just going to do a little preview. If the coverage cuts out, I'm sorry. We'll probably go through some dead zones and stuff like that, but thought we'd have a chat for 5 or 10 minutes about the team and say hello. We'll take some photos and whatever else, a little bit of footage at the game. Might get some thoughts from the big fella. Well, I'm a big fella myself. I'm huge. But anyway, we'll have a beer and whatever else and then try and enjoy the game. And, I'm not expecting too much. I'm only expecting the Dogs to go through their processes, get as many minutes as they can into that team, get some rotations happening later on, probably see the main quartet in the spine play for about, 60, 70 minutes, maybe less. And then they'll get those young wingers on, they'll get those young halves on and see how they line up against some of those Broncos young fellas like Kobe Black and who they got big raps on. Got any thoughts, Mark, on today's game?
Yeah, I expect the main team to play the first half and the kids coming back on in the second half. I don't think they'll risk all those guns in a trial match here at Kayo. So that's my expectation of the game.
And what do you reckon we're going to win?
I always hope we win, Michael, especially against the Broncos, because let's face it, nobody likes them very much.
No.
They're a good side on paper. It just depends if Maguire plays them for the full game or just the half game like we will probably do. But, I hope we trounce them. That's what we did last year, 40 points to 6. Wouldn't mind seeing that again.
41-16. Should have been 40-6, but anyway.
Yeah, more of the same for me. That's what I want to see.
All right, mate. Yeah, well, guys, I expect to see. I'm not confident of a win, but I want to see the boys just look. I think the Broncos are going to be pretty conservative, to be honest. I think they're going to want to show, like players like Reece Walsh and that are going to want to show that they've matured and that they don't have to throw the ball around like idiots. I expect they'll try and be disciplined like the Bulldogs will, be set for set. Be relying on that big bomb from Burton to get us upfield. Be really keen to see how many minutes Sam Hughes plays for. I'd expect Sam and Max to play 25 each to start, unless we're doing all the defending, then they'll have to get replaced earlier. Josh Curran will play, I reckon, 35, 40 minutes, and they'll bring in a player like Harry Hayes to come in and do some work for him later on. But we don't have too many forwards, and that's where I know this is a real trial for our team because it's a real preparation game, I should say. Like we're going to have to put in a lot of quite a few minutes for those forwards. When you've got a bench of Salmon, Moran, Curran and Hayward, and then your backup forwards are Harry Hayes and Luke Smith, that's all there is. Whereas the Broncos have got literally got two forward benches to roll out. So they're going to give lots of minutes to their big guys, and then they've all got NRL experience. So there's only one player in their team who hasn't played NRL before, which is to me shows that they're going to be running at full energy over 80 minutes, whereas the Dogs are going to be using that to really prepare us for round 1 versus the Dragons, who I believe will have a very big pack that we'll need to counter. But I do believe lots of people disagree, including my friend here driving me, that this 17 that's lining up against the Broncos is the favourite 17 to start the season against the Dragons. Obviously, there's a lot of things to go down with potential injuries and stuff like that. Touch wood, we don't have any. But I believe that, there's roles within the side and these roles will be for a continued what they call small ball, where they'll if Sam Hughes and Max King do nothing wrong, with Sam Hughes playing 25 games and all the games last season, I expect him to play 10 or 15 more minutes on average this year per game, and I believe that he will be starting round one to keep that development going. And hot on his heels will be the likes of Saluka Fafita, and then the new guys, Eon May, who played a lot of edge in that first trial, which I didn't see when I first watched it, but when I watched it again, he actually played most of his time on the edge, which is interesting. He's played plenty of that as a junior coming through, bit of a wrecking ball, and I think he'll have something to say in our season. But I think the likes of Harry Hayes, who also had a really good second half, and got quite a few offloads, which was good to see in that first trial. I think he'll be likely to be one of the first men into our side ahead of people like Jack Todd. Many people won't agree with me, but that's what I believe, and I think that's what you'll see that happens. Any other thoughts, Mark, for our 4 or 5 viewers that are loving what they're seeing right now?
No, I think I wouldn't mind watching the New South Wales Cup game to see how Saluka Fafita and Amon and that go.
Amon's starting off the bench in that game.
Yeah. That be interesting to see how that goes, and that will just concrete my opinion that Saluka Fafita will be the Max King partner in round one against the Dragons, buddy.
Yeah, well, I don't agree. I love Saluka Fafita, and I'm rooting for him, but I think he will be the next man up for that role. I also believe if Max King or Sam Hughes go down in, say, an early round, that Curran will be elevated to the starting lineup, and that Satili Tupanua will play that role that Josh Curran is playing now, as someone who can come on and work their ass off for 45, 50 minutes. And then a player like Harry Hayes will be elevated to the bench, because it seems like they're carrying someone who can cover centres, second row, and potentially a lock position, which is what you've got Salmon there for. I think he'll drop out for Satili once Satili's ready. And I think Harry Hayes will be along the same sort of lines as a player to replace one of those two guys. Not sure if Salmon would replace Bailey Haywood, but it could happen. Sort of trying to think what Serrato's thinking, and going with an experienced first mentality. I think Curtis Moran is a lock-in for his position, and I think if he was to get injured or have some poor form or suspension, that's when we'd see the likes of Jack Todd elevated into the team, with a long-term future to play a similar role as a Kurt Mann at lock. Because although he's a lot bigger, he's got the silky smooth ball skills, the good footwork, the good leg speed, and he's been making line breaks his whole career, this guy. So they're going to find a spot for him at some point, but I just don't think it'll be in the first half of the season unless injuries dictate or we have some shockers. But hopefully that's not the case. So give you a look. We're travelling over the bridge from Sandgate across to Redcliffe. They built another bridge as well. And some would say, I need to build a bridge. But
tell you what I'm looking forward to, Michael's watching the best winger in the club today, Blake Wilson. Should have a blinder, I reckon.
Well, if Carraz doesn't play again, he will be elevated to the top 2 best wingers in the club. So that's for sure. I will be doing an update on Carraz without giving away too much. It is a bit of a worry for him. But as Gus has been fairly transparent about it. He's got pain. He hasn't said where, obviously. And I won't say where as well, but He's got a couple of issues where there's pain, and it's really hindering him. And not sure when he'll be back. So Blake Wilson will be getting lots of. I'd expect Blake Wilson to be playing a lot of games to start the season on that right wing, where Jacob Crows normally plays, where he did such a good job outside of Stephen Crichton last year, scoring some of the match-winning tries and some of the tries of the season outside of Critter. Any thoughts on that?
No, I just can't disagree with any of that. Just scored lots of match-winning tries. Yeah, on the left-hand side too.
Yeah, he can play left or right, which is a real bonus for us if we have to mix things around. I'm interested to see how Montoya and Bronson Cherry go today. I think, we've got a similar pace profile on both sides of the field. You've got Preston on that right edge with Critter and Wilson. And then you've got Montoya's obviously not the fastest, but he's not as slow as what people think. Bit slow pace, I will say that. Cherry, we all know how he's very, very fast and explosive. And Viliami Kikau is not slow at all. Burton is definitely not slow. So you've got a similar pace profile on both edges. And once again, the Dogs will be trying to force teams to go around them and rely on their what do I say? Their cover defence and that sort of stuff and their attitude. But what we don't want to see today is big misses and gaping holes in the middle of the field. And we're coming up against a big pack, fully representative pack. And obviously Madge Maguire, right now would have a bit of a spell over these guys. They'd be listening to him. They'd be believing in him. And it'd be really bloody good to put some doubt in those Broncos players' minds early in the season about the ability of their coach. Because really, besides Origin, he's done fuck all since South Sydney won the premiership. And but I love what he did with New South Wales. So he's got a very good side, the Broncos. You can obviously coach. He's not a bad person, nothing like that. If you watch Tiger Town, he's quite entertaining as a coach. But I don't think the Broncos necessarily needed a new coach. And that victory by the Dogs helped make their mind up on that last year. And maybe we can fuck with them a little bit more today with a good performance against the Broncos, who have got pretty much the best players in their top 30, all fit and raring to go to play big minutes today. So we'll see what happens. You got anything else there, Mark?
No, mate. Just getting pumped for the game. Can't wait to see the boys put in a good effort against the Broncos.
Fucking Broncos. I hate them. So Mark's got his membership jersey on. I was going to wear that, but I didn't want to, can't have two good-looking fellas walking in with the same outfit. It just causes problems. We've got to, wear different flashy stuff. So I'm wearing an alternate jersey. Forget when we did this one. J-Car. Can't even remember, but still fits. That's the main thing. These new jerseys are a bit tight, aren't they?
Most things are tight on me.
Oh, and me. Well, look, I put me 3XL Mitsubishi Electric from back in 2006 or something. Still fits perfectly. Went to put on me 4XL from a couple of years ago. It can barely get into it. And the 5XL membership jersey is tighter than this one. So, and this is a 4XL. So the new jerseys are definitely a lot tighter. I might have to buy a 7XL if I keep growing. What are you wearing, a 5 or
5, I think, buddy, yeah.
bloody hell. Anyway, I've been going for 15 minutes. Hope everyone enjoys the game today. When is New South Wales Cup playing?
Today, I think.
Have they already played yet, or
Might have.
if I could present here? No, don't know how to do that. And we're doing it this way. Anyway, guys, get to see Jacob Prestomania today. Been listening to the song. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what our forwards do. That's where the game will be won and lost. And we're just expecting a lot of control from the boys, nothing too flash. Just getting through their sets, trying to put the Broncos under pressure and seeing if we can crack them that way. Not expecting too many points from the Bulldogs, and for me, it's how many points we can stop today. A little bit negative for me, but I just look at the two sides and the amount of players they're going to play. To me, it's just more of a preparation game for us. Get these boys ready for round one against a desperate Dragon side who'll be wanting to, we've got a lot of new players in their side there. They've got a huge forward pack. And I'm already sort of looking to that match more so than this one. But can't wait to see the boys. And, if anyone's there today, let us know in the comments if you're watching this. And we'll get on there and might catch up. But have a good day, everyone. We'll take some videos and whatever else and share it around later. Take care. Go the Dogs.